Welcome. I just want to say thank you and celebrate with you. I hit a milestone just the other day of 100 subscribers on this channel, and it just means a lot to me that you've joined me. And I hope that you have just gotten some nuggets out of this experience and the videos that I'm posting. So I thought I would just celebrate, since I can't bust out the cake and ice cream with you all or the fireworks, and just do a quick little live video with you and just share, maybe in a nutshell, why I'm doing this. Why do I have a channel? Why does it matter? This channel, the power to get wealth, about God and money. And I guess the main thing, the short part of it is that I grew up in Northern Canada. The quick part of the story is that where I grew up, I didn't know anyone in business. Sorry about that. Got to figure out all those settings to make this work. Anyway, I grew up in Northern Canada and never really knew an entrepreneur or anyone in business personally. Very limited interactions with people. But for some reason, when I was about 19 or 20, just before I kind of set off on my life adventure traveling and left my hometown, I ended up in a conversation telling a good family friend, just randomly, I don't even know where it came from, that I wanted to give away $1 billion in my life. And honestly, it sounded so ridiculous after I let those words out of my mouth that I really never told anyone else that I had said that or even thought that. But I couldn't forget it. And around the same time, I felt God put some dream in my heart to pursue, to make an impact in the world and touch a group of people, to impact a group of people's lives. And as I pursued this dream, I quickly realized it was going to take a lot of funding and money to do it. And along the way, I really was convicted to not build a nonprofit that lived fundraiser to fundraiser or grant to grant, but to build for-profit businesses that, or at least one successful one, but maybe multiple ones that could fund this nonprofit work that I wanted to do. And so that's what started me off as an entrepreneur. My first endeavor was to start a nonprofit, and then I began to start some for-profit businesses and floundered with most of those first few attempts. At some point, I ended up inheriting a business and built that, finally sold it after expanding it. And I bought another business. I launched a few others that were not, some of them were successful and some weren't, but it threw me into the world of entrepreneurship. And so when I met my husband, we jumped in full throttle, full force into starting 3 businesses together. And we have spent the last 12 years of our marriage building these 3 businesses. And we've been through thick and thin. We've been through the lean, mean fighting machines of startups, and we've lived fumes upon fumes. And we've done this with God all along the way, wanting to do business with God and build our businesses with God so that we could have an impact over the long run. And so giving away $1 billion might be too big of a dream at this point, or a goal. I don't know. But I have had such a deep desire to help 100 people, or maybe 1,000, give away $1 million in their life. And for me, that really means if not just having enough, that you would have more than enough to live comfortably, live with your family, and have all that you need, but in that overflow, be able to impact the world and live radically generous. And so one of the desires of my heart in starting this channel was to just share what I've learned about God and money, because at some point in my journey, I got really tired of hearing Christians talk about what God said about money, or try to tell me what about God and money. And I decided to go to the source and stop listening to what other people had to say and study it for myself. My husband and I are devout Christians, and so, you know, I've spent a lot of time studying and reading the Bible, and I knew a lot of the things that I was hearing didn't line up with what I was reading and studying. And I just, at some point, I got really convicted. I'm like, you know, is money a good or bad thing? A lot of Christians say things like, you know, money is the root of all evil, and that poverty, they might not say it outright, but their conviction is that poverty is equivalent to godliness or righteousness, or being people that are poor or holier than others, and that money's dirty. And I thought it was really odd that many of those same people would be spending so much of their time pursuing working 40 or 50 hours a week to take care of their family. And I got tired of hearing that. And so I wanted to find out for myself. And so this channel, these videos, these are just the insights that I've gleaned in, I mean, I can't even tell you, thousands and 10,000 plus tens of thousands of hours in the course of my life of studying this out to figure it out for myself, because I hope that not only would you maybe want to be one of these people that might want to live radically and generously, but, you know, even if it's just getting out of debt, getting to the point that you can take care of your family or get out of survival mode, maybe that's enough. Maybe the other is so far down the road, it's too much for you to even imagine. But God cares, and it matters, because money, it does matter. It's pretty hard to function in our day-to-day life without money. And so how we think about money, how we deal with money, it matters. And so that's the reason I'm doing these videos, and I hope that it'll stir you and provoke you and challenge you to look at money maybe a little bit differently, and maybe even look at God a little bit differently as well. And so, just to keep this short, I'm just gonna I'd love to just finish this with just a little prayer of blessing for you and your finances. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next videos. But so if that makes you uncomfortable, you can bow out now. But if you want a blessing, here it is for you. Lord, I just thank you for each person that has joined me for these videos and is sharing their life and their time with me. And God, I just know that resources matter to you. Our money matters. Our time matters. Everything that we have stewardship over matters. And so I just pray that you would, there would just be a special blessing for every person that watches these videos, that they would be touched, that they would be impacted, that even if they don't subscribe or they stick around for any great length of time, that one thing in one video would touch and change somebody's life, and that they would see an increase and a turnaround in their finances as they put you first and honor you. Amen.